I remember when I got the text message from my son, and all it said was, "I think I need a tow truck." I thought that's an unusual way to start a text message conversation. I think I need a tow truck, but he followed that text message with some photographs, which proved why he needed a tow truck. I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast. The picture he sent me next was a picture of a problem gone completely out of control, a problem that had symptoms long before the problem became what it was. Symptoms that I had told him several times while riding with him in his old pickup truck. Do you hear that noise? That noise is the sign of something yet to come, and if you don't deal with that now, it's going to be a mess. In fact, it could be all kinds of different messes, but one thing I know for sure, that problem will not go away on its own. And if you don't address it, no one will. It's totally up to you. Well, sure enough, that wheel bearing failed. It seized up, it shattered into 1,000 pieces, and for those of you who don't know a whole lot about cars, the wheel bearing is part of the assembly, especially on the front wheel of an old truck, that kind of holds the whole piece together. And when those wheel bearings come out, they do what his did. It literally fell off the front of the truck while he was stopped at a stop sign. Now he's lucky. He's blessed beyond measure that it fell off when he stopped at the stop sign, not while he was taking a sharp turn or in the middle of traffic driving 50 or 60 miles an hour, because that could have led to a fatal accident for himself or somebody else. But he stopped at a stop sign, and then suddenly his truck is not sitting level anymore because it dropped 20 inches when the front wheel fell off the right side of his truck. The signs were there long before, the early warning signs, the truck dragging to the right, that loud squealing noise that just wouldn't go away no matter what you did. All of those were signs that a problem was coming. But if you don't address the symptoms of the problem to get to the root of the problem, then you're going to have bigger symptoms. And his big symptom now was sitting still at a stop sign, unable to move his truck out of the way of traffic, until a wrecker came and lifted up his truck and brought it home. Homelessness is a lot like that truck broke down at the stop sign. And by that I mean there are a lot of warning signs and symptoms along the way that we can look at and go, if we could address this now, we might be able to prevent that big problem later. But there are a whole lot of organizations around the world right now who deal with hunger, who deal with homelessness, who deal with sex trafficking, who deal with some of these major issues that are rooted in the culture and fabric of our societies based on the breakdown of the family. See, I really believe, and I believe Cassandra Owens does as well, that when young men grow up absent the ideas like, hey, do you hear that sound? That's a sound of something bad coming. If there's not a man to speak into their life about what it means to grow up to be a responsible man, a responsible part of society, taking responsibility for themselves and those that they bring into this world, then we find that we have an exacerbated problem. It's not one person stopped at the light with the wheel falling off their truck. It's the entire community. And a lot of it happens because they're simply ill-prepared. They haven't been properly informed on what the sounds of the wheels coming off might be. They find themselves maybe 7 to 12 years old without the influence of a father in their life, and they turn to gangs, or they turn to a drug culture, they turn to a sex culture, they turn to thievery, whatever it is they can to get by, to just put food in their mouth, to just put clothes on their back. And that doesn't support longevity or success. A part of it's a mindset issue. Part of it's an education issue. Part of it's a hope issue. They just can't find their way to hope. They may have all of the resources just at the end of their fingertips, but they can't quite put it together. Light the Torch is a fundraiser event going on this Saturday. at Aloft Hotel. I will put in the comments below a link for you to register so that you can come. I would love for you to be there. I'll be speaking. Derrick Butts will be speaking. Bruce Kennedy will be speaking. And Steve Harvey's son-in-law, Benjamin Raymond, will be speaking. We've got some ideas that we want to share with you about how you can help the torch change the face of our culture and our society for things coming. The wheels are going to come off if we stay on the course that we're on. If we don't listen for that sound of imminent destruction, it's going to get worse, not better. But I'd love you to hear how Cassandra has an opportunity to reach 50 men and impact their lives with the knowledge, the wisdom, the hope they need to start over, to start fresh, and to rebuild the strong fabric of our society. I hope you'll join us. Look in the link below for the flyer and for the Eventbrite link so that you can participate. We would love to see you Saturday morning, October the 20th at Aloft Hotel in Dallas. Get there around 11 o'clock. You'll have a chance to meet some of the people who will be speaking and involved in the event. We will start promptly at 11:30. You need to be a part of what we're doing. Aloft Hotel, October the 20th, Saturday on Mockingbird in Dallas. I'm J Loren Norris for Leading Leaders Podcast on Tell It Like It Is TV. Have a blessed day.